I've had this thing for quite a while now, maybe a few years. You've seen it probably in the background of a lot of my videos, and I've done a video on it, again, when I first got it. But I haven't really dedicated any time to it, so let's take a video on my 1965 Magnavox Micromatic Astrosonic High Fidelity Stereo Console. Now, first off, before anything, this thing is in immaculate condition. I got it from, well, my dad. My dad has a friend who knew an old lady, and the old lady gave it to them, and it had basically never been used. And they gave it to him. He didn't know what to do with it. He's a record guy, but he had no space for it. So my dad told him that I was looking for a TV console. He said, "I got a stereo console. Would you want that?" And I said, "Yes." So this was totally free of charge. And the reason he also noted that it didn't work. It did work. He just didn't know how to use it. But, like, it's amazing how new this thing is. It's just so clean. Everything looks exactly like it did probably when it was brand new. Even the backboard is just untouched. So let's take a look inside first off. So this slides across, and you've got this beautiful control panel here, nice gold. And you got the, let's see, Astrosonic Stereo High Fidelity, and the Micromatic is the turntable name, and it's one of the best turntables I know of, because a lot of them went from the 70s. They have the manual size selector and speed selector and whatnot. This one's automatic. It knows what size it is, and I'll show you how that works in a second. But first off, let's turn the radio on. So, light turns on. Let me turn the lights off so you can see that. There's a second light down here. That one blew out, so only the top one's working. That one actually blew out also, but that one I was able to replace. I don't know how to get to this lower one. But it's got stereo FM. And the tuning dial up here. So you got let's go to AM. There's not much. FM. It goes further up. And then there's auxiliary, but I don't plug anything into this because I really am a sucker for completely self-contained units. So I don't like having to plug things into other things, and I like having all of it in one spot. But then we go to stereo, so let's take a look at that. So first, it's this. If you don't have a record player, you might not understand what this means. When I first got this, I had no idea how to use it. This is actually my first. I think this is my second record player. This is my first classic record player. My first one was a Crosley, and I know people hate those, but I honestly have a soft spot in my heart for it because that's what got me into records, and it wasn't as terrible as people say. So what I didn't realize is it's off, on, and auto. I didn't realize that you had to just kind of like flick it. So how you do it is you turn it on. You can hear the motor running. So if you want to do it quick, though, to get the automatic record changer, you got to do this. Ready? Sorry. Like a key to a car. And the tone arm goes up, goes down, and it plays the record. Okay, so let's turn that down for a second. So that was really cool if you saw how that worked. So this is completely mechanical. Let me set that back up and show you how it does that again. The way that works is, let me bring the thing down. You can see that when I turn it on, it has this rising motion, and then let's see, it goes up and it hits the record. And that hitting motion actually feels for the size of the record, which I just think is really cool and really an ingenious, just a really smart, it's really smart. I thought that was neat. And another interesting thing is that, unlike other record players where you have like a speed selector on the side, this one has it built into the on-off switch, so you can turn it around with this bottom one and do this up here, so it's all in one control tower basically. And it works just fine. You can't change the speed while it's running though. Don't attempt it even, it doesn't do anything. Let's see. Take that off. And if you need to, for transit, you push this down and do that. And it locks into place. The arm doesn't though, which is kind of dumb. But you push that down. I didn't know how to use this when I first got it, so did a rookie mistake, and I tried to like bend it and shove the record under there. And looking at that now, if I would have done that to my, I would have been like, oh, don't do that, don't do that. Luckily, it didn't get damaged. I don't think. I mean, it works. Seems to work just fine. I just never had any problems with it. And on the other side. The other side is where I keep all of my records. So, a lot of my records are over there. That's a lot of mine under my desk. I have basically that much in the basement as well. Those are mainly from my grandmother, who wasn't using them, so she gave them to me. But this is where all my box sets go, and my favorite records. So, right now, that one that was playing is one of my favorite records. It's one of the 3 that is allowed to have that spot here. That record is The Mellow Moods of Jazz. It's LPM 1365, in case you're wondering, and a really cool cover, very 50s. Don't know what year it's from. I think it's 57. I'm not sure. It's probably it's a new orthophonic high fidelity, so whatever that means. I have George Winston's Winter. This one's kind of cool because my sister's does not like my record. She's not a big fan of. She's more like 21 Pilots and whatnot. But she loves George Winston, so when I got this, I was like, oh, I got a record today. What was it? I said it was like, what, winter? It's December, I think, but I said winter, and she's like, yes! He's like, you play that, I won't get mad at you for that. So that's the record that everyone likes. And then, my all-time favorite record, best ever. I listen to it almost every night. Stan Kenton and Hi-Fi. Oh yeah. This record is just hit after hit. Mainly on side 2 is okay, but side 1 is just gold. Arthur Jumps, intermission riff. I mean, that is Lover. I thought I knew that song. Really my favorite guy of all time. I love Stan Kenton. He's just awesome. So, here's that. And then now let's, also here's my 45 set for Glenn Miller. But here's the really cool thing about this thing. It has all of the original documentation still in this envelope. So let me show you that. That'll be pretty cool, won't it? Oh, one other thing. When I said the guy didn't know how to... He didn't think it worked. He had it set to external. When you set it to external, you can't hear anything because nothing comes from these speakers. It comes from... In fact, I can show you that right now. When you do that, let me set it to external. You're only getting stuff because you can hear it from the record itself. Nothing's actually coming through these speakers. If you put it to both, it's fine. And external also. But he didn't have that switched. It was a rookie mistake. I would have made it, but... Anyway, so here we can see all the information from it. Let's start with the, I don't want to say boring stuff, but this would have been on the record. So the spindle would have come through here, and this would have been right on the platter. Right now it has the original Magnavox Stereophonic High Fidelity with 10-year diamond stylus warranty. Think that's still valid? But I mean, that would have been stuck in there, so the fact that this is still a thing. This was, if you can tell, this was actually stuck on the front. And I just ever so carefully peeled it off. You can see the outline of where it was for so long. And here's the warranty. Here's that actual warranty. The Magnavox Astrosonic Warranty Certificate. This certificate provides for the installation and maintenance for 12 months from the date hereof without charge of Magnavox Astrosonic instrument model. Really wish they'd written that down because I don't know what this model is. But along with this is probably my favorite bit of this little information. It's the little string warranty card. So this would have been like around one of the knobs. And look at that. Like, how many things do you think still have this original? And it looks brand new. It looks... Look at that. That's adorable. This was actually in the back, I think. I don't think this was part of it, but I didn't want to glue it back on. So there's the license notice, Hazeltine Research. This also would have been on the spindle. It's the one installing plug out. Try it both ways. I love that. That's so funny because, like, imagine having someone say this nowadays on if you bought something. How sketchy that would sound. Well, this is just normal. Because this is I don't want to say expensive, but it is a high quality piece of equipment. Because, I mean, it's still working. It's never been serviced, I don't think. And it still sounds great. But, I mean, try it both ways. With power switch turned on and bass control at the max. And leave in the position that produces the least hum. I just think that's so funny. And here are some old computer punch cards that would have, I think you send these back, they put it in their machine and it would tell them what's going on. But check that out. Oh, and that's right, the big one is the manual. Manuel, open. Stereophonic high fidelity. This just screams pretentious mid-60s. With the classic pencil drawings and... Welcome to the Magnavox family. I would have loved that one with the TV in it. Beggars can't be choosers. I'm going to just gloss over every page so you can read it by pausing it. Maybe I'll pick at a few things. Micromatic record player. Designed to enable you to receive stereo FM as well as FM and AM broadcasts. Controls can't. Continue down. How to operate your Micromatic record changer. Manual operation. External tape recorder. Kind of cool. And then the last page has the warranty. Magnavox portables for go everywhere fun all year round. You've got lightweight, compact, and ever so easy to carry. All transistor radios, portable phonographs, portable TVs. Hey, I like those. See, hear, and compare Magnavox. Truly the finest in your Best Buy on any basis of comparison. And they do it all. I had no idea Magnavox was an American company. I totally thought they were Japanese. But that's it. The 1965 Magnavox Micromatic Astrosonic High Fidelity Stereo Console. Hopefully this is going to last me at least another 50 years.